Sometimes it's more economical to make your own treats. Sometimes it can be more healthy to make your own treats for dogs. I like to do it also because I have had in the past a dog that was allergic to gluten, and therefore I had to be careful about what flours she had. And so many treats have bulk feed stuffs in them plus grains to have allergy problems. So that's what got me into making my own dog treats. Now I'm lucky to have quite a small processor that can be used, and today I'm going to be using some sardines. Now these, sorry, they're not sardines, they're mackerels. I used sardines the other day. You can use any tinned fish. Tinned fish is really great for dogs. I usually get the tinned fish that is actually in oil, not in tomato, but this one just happened to be in tomato. You can't always get mackerel in oil. You can usually get the sardines in oil, so that's not such a problem. Now, because I'm only making a small amount, I'm just going to put a couple in there. Usually I get a small tin, which is good. 1 egg, and crack it straight in. And some flour. Now, it's going to depend upon how much you're going to, how big a container that you've got and how many you're going to make in one go. But today I'm not going to be making too many because this is only the small one, and now I'm going to put it on the machine. This is looking a little bit too thick, so I'm going to put a little bit of milk in here. Nice. Now you could use different flours. Sometimes I use chickpea. You could use ordinary self-raising flour, plain flour, coconut flour, potato flour, rice flour, you name it, you could use all sorts. That's okay. Now, we need to make it into little pieces. Now these silicone mats, this is a waffle mat made of silicone. I've bought it online. I can try and add some links as to where you might buy it from. Those treats you'll see at the end on how big they are. If you've got a little dog, you'll need to have one of these ones. This is another silicone tray, and they're tiny little diamonds that come out of that, little pyramids, not diamonds, little pyramids that come out of that. Now, getting it into the tray can be a fiddle. The consistency of toothpaste. Now, how I do it is I hold a hand underneath and then I push. I've got a flat spatula, and then I'm just pushing in the mixture into the holes. And you can see I'm pushing it all down. I'm making a bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'm going to scrape it off. And I'm going to use my container there to scrape that back into and clean up the edges. If you don't clean up your edges, you won't get them out very easily. So that does need a little bit of perfection there. You could use other things like peanut butter or even meat if you can process that in your processor. You can spray the silicone mats before using them, and then pop in the oven for about 10 minutes on a fairly hot oven, about 180 I think I had it in. When they're ready and out and cooling down, they shake out really easily. And look here at the size, you can see these small ones are great for small dogs, and the bigger ones are good for big dogs. They freeze really well. I put them in bags, pop them in the freezer in 2 or 3 handfuls in one bag. And here's the size of the bigger one. You can see it's a little bit bigger.